welcome and namaste. Thank you all for joining me for this session this afternoon, this evening, I should say. And it's so lovely to have anybody who's new to the session. I'm your instructor, Alison. We're just going to take things very slowly on the mat, as you've probably had rather hectic days, and you just want to sort of settle the body at this stage. So allow yourself to come to a comfortable seated position. And we're just going to do some gentle side stretches. So keeping the arms nice and wide, floating at the sides, and extending the arms at shoulder height, allowing the palms to be nice and flat. So if you were to push against two imaginary walls, feeling that stretch on the underside of the forearm from the wrist coming towards the shoulders. Breathe in here. Try not to push the chest forward or draw it backwards, but try to keep a straight spine, keeping the head floating very lightly upon the neck. Pushing with the fingertips, drawing the fingertips towards the face, and just gently lowering the fingertips down to the earth. Inhaling, not forgetting to breathe, and bringing the fingertips up to the sky, pushing against that imaginary wall. Noticing if the body's starting to sag downwards. And you can also use a wall for a prop if you feel that you're not able to support the spine today. You may also wish to sit in a chair for back support as well. Taking the fingertips down to the floor. One more time, inhaling, taking the fingertips up to the sky, pushing against that wall. Soften the shoulders. Notice if the tension is coming up to the ears there with the shoulders. And then gently lowering the fingertips down. Giving the wrists some rotation, so bringing your hands into fists. And just gently rotate that around, and then just do larger circles with the shoulders. Bringing the hands up to the sky, palms to the sky, and just gently interlacing the fingers, pointing with the index fingers to the sky, and interlacing the thumbs, and really push through the shoulders and your head if possible. Try to draw the arms and the ears towards each other, to nestle the head between the shoulders. Breathe in here, keeping a nice straight spine, lowering the knees to the mat. Softening, try not to lift the knees up. If this is exhausting, then just gently soften the ankles away from being so close to the groin, and gently release the hands and float all the way down in your own time and your own space. Brilliant. Just shrug the shoulders a few times, lifting high, squeezing them towards the ears, and letting out an ah breath. Breathing in through the nostrils, we'll do twice more. Inhaling, lifting the shoulders high, squeezing those shoulders together, and an ah breath out. Really releasing it all out. Inhaling deeply, and lifting those shoulders high to the sky, towards the ears, squeezing that in, all that tension, and release. Wonderful. Lifting the shoulders and rotating backwards a few times, and then rotating them forwards. Just gently allow the arms to come and settle to the mat, the hands or the palms either on the fingertips, as wide as the mat as it would go, and or palms flat to the floor if that's comfortable for you. So we're going to do some little neck stretches. We'll start from the head area first and work our way down. So we're going to use our nose as a pencil, so to speak, or a paintbrush, whichever you wish to choose, and you can choose whichever color paint you want today. And we're going to draw little or paint little circles with the nose, saucer-sized circles, taking that head around. So just doing it in your own time, rotating from the right upwards to the left and coming all the way down, allowing the chin to sort of touch into the chest and taking those circles nice and slowly. Let's do 3 more, just gently with nice pace, not rushing this movement, using the nose to allow those circles to draw. Really nice and deeply. We're just going to change that rotation now, taking it on the other side, using the nose as your drawing tool, going around into your saucer-sized plates. From the left, inhaling, coming up, and exhale on the way down. Inhale, keeping a straight back. Exhale, always notice your alignment. Keeping the knees nice and low. Inhaling up. We'll do 2 more. Exhale down. Take it nice and slow. You don't want to get dizzy. Inhaling up. And exhaling down. Let's just rest the chin on the chest at this stage. Really tucking the chin towards the chest. Softening the shoulders downwards and squeezing the shoulder blades together slightly. Taking a few breaths here. And gently release that up to center. Wonderful. We're just going to gently take now the nose to the sky, softening to the back of the neck. Try not to crunch the head all the way back, but you're going to feel a beautiful stretch in the throat area, the front of the throat. Just allow this to settle for a moment. Take a deep breath through the nostrils, expanding the abdomen, exhaling out. Softening the shoulders down, inhaling. Straight back, exhale. Inhale. Exhale it out. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Wonderful. Bringing the head back to center. Just gently dipping the head back down into the chest. And bringing it back up. We're just going to do some side stretches with the neck this time. So taking your left hand and just gently placing it over the head and onto the right ear. And we're gently going to tip the head towards the left shoulder. Try not to lift the shoulder up to the ear, but instead bring the head gently, encourage it towards the left shoulder. You may place your gaze to the floor, either to the knee in front of you, this is a different stretch, or just straight ahead at the screen that's in front of you, if you're in that view of me, if you're facing me, or just slightly up to the side. You can experiment with those 3 sort of positions or angles of the neck, but whichever feels comfortable for you today, try not to push it. Inhale, not forgetting to breathe. Exhale. Softening the shoulder, inhale. Exhale. Release the hand gently, let it float all the way down to the mat, palms facing on the mat. Other side, taking the right hand up and over the head and just placing it gently upon the left ear, encouraging the head down to the right shoulder. Feel that really lovely stretch there. Inhaling, you may wish to close your eyes to enjoy this experience of release. Exhale. Inhaling deeply. Notice if you're sagging in the abdomen or the back again. Exhale. Notice if the knees are coming up too high, soften them forwards. Exhale.
We don't have trees on this island. Anything.
Inhale.
Just make it free.
Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Gently allowing that hand to release and float all the way down. Wonderful. So we're just going to allow ourselves to either change the cross in the legs, or if you've got them extended, remain in that position. That's also a good position. But get yourself into a little bit more of a comfortable position. We try to balance the body, the sort of left and right side of the body in yoga quite a lot. So we're just going to do some side stretches, working our way down the side of the body, the main area of the body. So lifting the left hand up right next to the ear if possible. If it can't get that high, that's okay. Wherever it's available to you today, gently spider walk yourself across your mat with your right hand. Stop where it feels comfortable, but not too comfortable, because we obviously want a slight challenge, but not where you are experiencing discomfort. Allow this arm to gently float on the top of the head. You can rest it there if you wish, keeping the elbow nice and wide, chest opening to shine towards the sky. Feeling that side body stretch, you may wish to lower the elbow to the floor and look up towards the sky. Notice if the knees are coming off the ground, if one of the hips is floating off as well. Just be mindful to keep it all grounded. Inhaling, breathing into that side body. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, floating that arm all the way over. Now remember, we're moving slowly, no jerky movements to get too heady. And floating over on the other side, lifting the right arm up and up towards the right ear. Gently spider walking the left hand across the mat and softly lowering that elbow to the mat. You may wish to allow that arm to bend, just gently allowing the hips to remain grounded and not coming off the mat. It will not assist you in this stretch. Looking under the right elbow, opening that chest up a little bit more, shining the heart forward. Softening the neck. If you can't look upwards, you may look to the floor. Inhaling, allow the hand to dangle like a rag doll overhead. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, and gently floating that arm back. Wonderful. We're going to go into some cat-cow stretches by our seated position instead of tabletop for the moment. So we're going to place our hands onto the tops of our knees very loosely. Allow the elbows to be able to sort of flap, because we're allowing ourselves to sort of rotate forward and backwards. So I'm going to give you a side view here so you can follow me. So inhaling, we're going to lift the chest upwards and outwards, shining the head forward and the chest, arching the back. Notice I'm arching really deeply and allowing that expansion in the chest. Exhaling it, so arching the back the opposite direction and bringing the shoulders forward and staring into the navel area, tucking the head down. Inhaling, opposite rotation, taking the shoulders back and out, expanding the chest, looking up to the sky. Try not to crunch, bringing the shoulders down. Exhaling downwards, arching the back, tucking the chin to the chest, staring into the navel area. Inhale, bringing the shoulders back and down, opening, expanding the chest, chin to the sky. Exhale it out. Opposite direction. And keep flowing with this for a few more. Inhale, just gentle spinal flexions and extensions. Inhaling in, exhaling down. One more round of inhale and exhale. Inhale, softly allowing those fingertips to slide upon the knees. Eyes to the sky, exhale it down. And coming back to neutral. Wonderful. So we're just going to allow ourselves to come to the backs of our mats if you're there or you're not there already. And allow yourself to extend the feet. So I'm coming to the center of my mat so that you can see me across the entire full length of the mat. Extending the feet towards the front end of the mat, so to speak, front or back, doesn't really matter at this stage. And taking the fleshy bits out of the buttocks area, if you've got fleshy bits, that is. If you need more padding, you may wish to fold your mat. You may wish to sit on a very flattened blanket, not too much elevation at this stage. So just a gentle support if you've got your sit bones in there very sore for whatever reason, to allow yourself to sort of sit straight up. Allow the feet to be pointing towards the sky, the toes to be pointing towards the sky, and again in the same motion of that imaginary wall, pushing those feet against that imaginary wall. Bringing the shoulders back and down, gently placing the hands upon the thighs, keeping a straight back. And allowing the chin to be parallel with the earth. Inhaling down. Exhaling, being really conscious of the legs at this stage, not keeping them too floppy or too locked out. Notice your lower back, really working hard. This is one of the most difficult postures in yoga, believe it or not. I know it looks extremely easy to get this to the right alignment in our bodies. Is extremely difficult. There are so many muscles working in the back right now. Softening the shoulders. Try not to arch the back forward, the chest forward, but just keeping that nice straight back. Notice how the breath is coming into the body through the nostrils. Exhale it out. You're really working your arms and your lower back there. Inhale. Pushing through that wall, that imaginary wall, toes to the sky. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale it down. Wonderful. You can sort of relax the body a little bit more now. We're just going to take it down a notch so that you can enjoy this a little bit more. So we're just going to part the legs a little bit. So allow it to be a little bit more back, hip width apart. Placing the hands behind you as if you were sort of just chilling on the beach in a very relaxed position. Don't allow the hands to be too close to the body because this will allow your elbows to lock. So allow yourself that little bit of space behind you, really just kind of chill mode here. And point the toes away from you, towards the wall, not towards the face. And then bringing them back up. So point and flex. Point and flex. Don't forget to breathe. And point and flex. Point, softening the elbows and flex. So we're just going to windscreen wiper the legs. So taking the feet all the way to the right side. Now this is a very good exercise for the knees. Of course, if you're suffering any sort of arthritic pain that is extremely painful at this time, I would wish that you would just sort of gently take this motion, if not just sit it out for the moment. But if you wish to continue, you may take it at your own pace and what's available to you today, seeing if your pinky toes and your big toe can touch the mat, if possible. Let's keep windscreen wipering those feet. This is to strengthen the knees and just gently bringing it over from the right to the left. Right, softening the elbows, don't forget, and to the left. One more, right to the left. And it becomes easier as time goes by. We're going to now just take the feet pointing upwards, gently part them a little bit more and bring them both towards the center of the mat, but towards each other so they're almost kissing. And then just taking them all the way out. So they're sort of mirroring each other. Pinky toes to the outside, bringing the big toes to the mat. Gentle movements here, really just encouraging them down. They can't go all the way, go where serves you today. And just gently bring the little toes down to the outsides and the big toes there. Wonderful. So I'm just going to exit a message that keeps popping up on my screen. And we're going to come into this posture again, which is Dandasana. So taking the fleshy bits out of the buttocks area. And we're going to do some forward folds. So gently lifting the arms up and overhead and gently folding forwards. Allowing a straight back. Now, if I come down and I hold onto my toes, notice that my back is not straight, but I've formed a perfect arch. So we don't want the curve. We want to try and keep a straight back. and just actually slide yourself along to where you feel is necessary to continue with the straight back. Keeping the head tucked down towards the chest, just allow it to gently dangle. Remember to flex the toes to the sky. Sliding the hands up the thighs. And just gently coming back down, keeping a straight back all the way down if you can, or wherever serves you today. Keeping that straightness in the back, softening the shoulders, keeping the head nice and low. Gently rolling yourself back up. And we're just going to come down into sliding all the way down onto our mats. So softening yourself all the way down so that you're fully extended onto your mats. Allowing the feet to part just gently and flop outwards as if you were into the relaxation Shavasana position just for a moment so that you don't get too comfortable. Drawing the knees up into the chest, placing the hands upon the knees and bringing them together, doing gentle circles clockwise and then anti-clockwise, allowing the back to have this little bit of love, this little massage. Taking the knees further away from the face allows that lower back massage. You'll feel a difference if you've been driving all day or sitting all day for some reason. And then just reverse that rotation, bringing it closer to the chest and then further away. You can just play organically with this movement as well. If you feel a little niggle or a nick somewhere, just try to work in that area. If there's a spot that needs a little bit more, love, then you can hang around there. And then just gently placing the soles of the feet to the mat in this sort of bridge-like posture. Planting the feet nice and firmly into the mat, placing the hands down. The hands are going to act as brakes. Sometimes you can feel the backs of your heels if you're in this position, bringing the knees in line with the hip points, placing the hands to the side of the thighs on the mat, to the side of the hips. We're going to inhale, and I can demonstrate before you go into the motion, inhaling. And on my exhale, I'm going to lift my tailbone up and take it all the way up to the back of my neck. Squeezing my glutes, inhale, keeping my feet firmly planted on the floor. Exhaling it down. So we're just going to go into a gentle fold bridge. Inhaling, lifting the lower back up and all the way up to the back of the neck. Keeping the head flat on the floor, trying not to look at the screen at this time, lowering all the way down from the cervical spine to the lower lumbar. Inhaling, lifting gently, vertebra by vertebra. Holding and pausing at the top, exhale it out. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, lift. Coming all the way up to the back and the back of the neck. Inhale at the top, exhale it down. Pressing into the mat with your hands and the feet. One more round. Inhaling. And then on the exhale, lifting the lower back. All the way up, squeezing the glutes in, pressing firmly into the mat. Pausing, exhaling up here, inhaling down. Exhale it all out. Bring the knees to the chest and just give them a great big hug. Really bringing them into the chest if possible. If not, that's fine, wherever they may be. Gently rocking from side to side, giving the side body a nice massage. And just gently extending those legs all the way down onto the mat this time. We're going to bring the right leg, the sole of the right leg, up into the thigh area of the left leg. So you're in a tree position, but you're lying with a prop as the floor on the mat. So just allowing this hip opener to work really nicely. Now, if your leg can't get that far up, you may wish to take the sole of the right foot a little bit further down. Now, we can work a little better on the floor with placing the feet on the joints here, but if you were standing, a joint would be a no-no. So you can place it further down on the ankle area. You can place it between the ankle and the knee, which is the calf. You can place it via where the knee would be on the inside of the leg and or in the thigh area. If you are feeling a little bit of discomfort, you may wish to take with the hip, you may wish to take a cushion to just prop that and support, if you can see on my camera, that hip area there, just placing it, chopping it just under the outside of the right thigh. Allowing the arms to go up and overhead and just flop behind you if you've got that range. If not, just gentle, allow your arms to come to cactus arms, which are at right angles from the elbow on the floor. Take a few breaths in here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. From here we're going to switch sides, so gently release the arms up and overhead, taking them down. Removing the cushion if you've got the cushion to place it on the other side. So bringing the left leg, the sole of the left leg into the thigh, the knee, or anywhere along the inner leg of the right side of the body. Letting it flop outwards, so we're just focusing on the hip stretch of the left leg, chocking it with a cushion if you're feeling any discomfort at all, lifting the arms up and overhead, and or bringing them into cactus arms, which is bringing them out to a fully outstretched at shoulder height, but then bringing the arms at right angles. Flat on the floor, arms facing upwards, inhaling. Exhaling. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Just gently removing that cushion from where it is. We're going to come into eagle arms and eagle legs, but we're going to do this as a lying posture now. So bringing the feet with soles planted firmly on the floor, taking the right leg over the left leg. So we're just crossing it. Very simply crossing it here. Allowing this gap to become quite firm, or tight, I should say. So your left leg is firmly planted on the floor, your right leg is firmly crossed over the top. You may wish to remain here and notice that I'm just bobbing my feet, my foot on my left leg up and down. So there's a gentle movement here. This is not the actual posture that we're going to go into. We're going to go a little bit further, drawing the knees towards the chest. And if you are able to do the full expression, you may wish to, or you may wish to stay where you are. The full expression of this particular posture is to take that leg that's crossed over and just gently hook it with the foot round the other side. You may feel a little discomfort in the hips, and if that's the case, just release that leg so that you're not over straining that muscle in the hip or the muscles within the hip area. So you may wish to hook that leg and just gently bring it towards the chest. Now this squeezing and this entanglement of the legs allows that vascular movement to become unblocked. But of course, we spoke about the cellulite that women suffer, and it also is very good for allowing great circulation of blood around the body, the legs that get very sluggish if we're not walking or exercising. So what we're going to do is we're just gently going to lower that and just tap it a little bit further away from the body. So you're going to feel your abdominals warming up slightly. So allow your hands to act as a gentle brake and just soften it back down. You can uncurl the legs for a moment, hug them towards the chest, and give yourself a gentle rock. So you'll feel lower back working here. We're just going to swap sides with that, and then we're going to work with the arms with it. So gentle rotation on one side and on the other. I'm going to do a gentle butterfly opening here. So keeping the toes together, placing the hands on the tops of the knees, opening wide, and doing some gentle rotations of the hip there. Really nice wide circles, just to allow the groin area to soften. And this is really helpful, especially if you're sitting for long periods. And I say sitting because this is the period of time that lasts almost, well, a year and a half, coming up to 2 years now, that we have probably done more sitting in our lifetime than we've ever done before due to the pandemic. And just reverse that rotation. Keeping the toes together, but opening that into that gentle butterfly movement. And then just softly bringing the feet down to the mat. We're going to go on the opposite side now. So leaving the right leg firmly planted to the floor, taking the left leg over and crossing it. This is our first step in this particular posture. This is eagle legs. We're going into the eagle posture. So allow your back to firmly plant on the floor. Just play with it a little bit. You may wish to tuck the pelvis under to soften that gap between the back and the floor. And naturally, you may have a larger curve than somebody else. So we're all differently bodied, so to speak. Lifting the both knees up together in one unit. And then if you wish to continue with advancing this posture, you may wish to take that left leg that's on the top and hook that foot round the ankle of the other leg. So you're completely entangled in the spiral. Try not to confuse it. So we've crossed the left over the right and continue crossing the left, continue round until it's under the right. Squeezing that together. Now this might be enough for you today. You may wish to activate the muscles by just squeezing them together as tightly as possible. We're going to work a little bit on the abs here, so you can gently move that using the hands as brakes on the side of your body and just gently lower the legs to tap onto the floor. So you can tap a few times, about 6 times, just gentle movements of inhaling and exhaling. So it's a gentle rock move. You're going to start feeling the abs waking up now. And this is really good. This beats crunches any day. And just one more tap or 2 for good measure. And release. Bringing that down. Hugging the chest or the knees into the chest. Nice deep hug. And just gentle rotation round. So we're just going to add the arms into this as well now. So reversing the movement, we're going to go back with the right leg over the left. So we're just crossing here. And I'm just going to again, excuse me, just remove this message that keeps popping up on my screen. So taking the right over the left and hooking that leg round for the full expression, or just leaving it crossed tightly over the left. Now we're going to take the right arm, lifting the arms up to the sky, both arms parallel to each other, and right arm hooks over the left. So basically it's hooking, and I'll just sit up to show you. I'm hooking myself like this and coming around so that the palms face each other. Okay, so the arms and the legs are going to be doing the same thing. We're all going to be in entangled motion. So arms and legs. So let me see if I can do this for you. Right over left, hooking. Arms right over left, palms touching or back to back, or even just palms together. Okay, if your shoulders are not able to serve you today, then you just keep it as wide as possible. And we're just gently going to bring the elbows and the knees together, lifting the head and back down. Lifting the head and knees back down. So elbows, knees, and head all coming up at the same time. Inhaling, and on the exhale we move. Inhale. Exhale it out. Let the toes touch the floor, come right back down with the arms and the head. 3 more. Inhaling. Exhale it out. Touching all together. And back down. Take a breath here. Inhale. Exhale it out. Touching elbows to knees and head up and back down. 1 more. Inhaling. And exhale it out. Wonderful. Release that all out. Extend the legs out. We have it on the other side, so no getting away. If you need to rest it out, sit it out, lie it out, please do so. Gentle rotation of the ankles here, and you can feel that belly really warming up, so you're really going to enjoy your relaxation. Let's do it on the other side, bringing the soles of the feet back up to the mat here, crossing the left leg over the right, and coming into the full expression of the posture, if you wish to, hooking the left leg around the right ankle, taking the left arm over the right arm into eagle arms and placing the palms together, or the backs of the palms together, or just placing the palms together here without the cross at all, into prayer. All right, and on an inhale, leaving the legs down on the position of the mat, inhaling, exhaling, bringing everything back up, crunching together, the knees, elbows, and head coming up to the sky. Exhale it down. Inhaling. Exhale it all up, crunching knees, elbows, and head upwards, and exhale it down. Last one. Inhaling. Exhaling. Elbows, knees, and head up. And exhale it down. Wonderful job. Uncurl everything. Extend all the way down to the mat. And just allow yourself to settle for a moment, drawing the knees up into the chest. Gentle rotation here of the lower back, placing the knees onto, or hands into the knees, so onto the knees. Gentle rotation here one way and the opposite. Allow yourself to come down to settle, placing the knees together and the feet wide apart. So about your mat width apart. You can line your soles, the outer edges of the sole to the outer edges of your mat, and just allow the knees to drop together. Soften the lower back here. Allow the arms to spread nice and wide, palms facing upwards. Gently allow the rotation of the head from right. Softening the shoulders down so that you have space between the ears and the shoulders, and rolling the head, massaging the back of the skull all the way over to the left. You may keep your eyes closed, just to enjoy this experience of release. Inhaling all the way over. Exhale it out. Inhale again. And coming back to the left. Inhaling, coming back to center. And you may wish to settle the breath here. Gently tucking the chin into the neck or into the chest at this stage. Placing the hands onto the abdomen here. putting the fingertips, which are the thumbs together and the index finger, and creating a space for the navel between that. Imagine you're breathing through that center there, inhaling, allowing that navel to rise and expand upwards, softening the back, feeling the spine to the back. Exhale it down. In your own time, roll over onto your right side, creating a little pillow with your hands for your head. And softly and gently allow yourself to come up into an easy seated posture so that we may close the practice. So taking 3 deep breaths, one at a time, of course. Inhaling, taking the arms wide, gathering that good positive energy up and into the heart space. Exhaling down. Inhaling. Eyes to the sky, or you may remain closed. Exhale down to the heart space. Inhaling, extending the arms wide, palms together, and pausing at the head to acknowledge the intuition and wisdom of the practice. Pausing at the mouth for the knowledge and truth of the practice, and into the heart space for the love of the practice. Namaste.